Hey everyone, welcome back to Purple Monkey Dishwasher. So we're here in this purple palace. I just wanted to say, I don't think I've mentioned this before on my channel, but purple is my favorite color. And I like this palace a lot, but it's actually pretty difficult. I've gotten kinda to the point where I think I can get through this without dying, but we'll just have to see here. So, gosh, where do I even start on talking about this palace? Well, first of all, that's not good at all. I mean, it doesn't really matter because the next level up we get is life anyway. What I actually probably should have done is save these guys for later, because they're going to give me enough... Oh, well, okay, so what we're going to do now, we'll just cast life and get the magic refill. Hopefully, I don't know. Things can go wrong in this palace. I think that this is actually a pretty hard one, just because there's a lot of enemies in here that I don't like to fight. And we're at the point where magic is still pretty expensive, particularly the reflect spell, which we need to either avoid taking damage, or who knows, I don't know. Okay, get that guy. Whew, sorry I stopped talking there for a second. It's not very often that I beat those guys either without taking damage or without casting reflect, so just wanted to say I'm a little proud of myself here. Anyway, so we basically got an E-shaped dungeon. Well, half of the dungeon, I guess I should say. Yeah, fall in the pit where you belong. Jump. What the f... How does it boomerang twice, man? That's just crazy. But yeah, basically, what you want to do is come to the first, like, we're at the top of an E right now, basically. Right? And there's a key that we just picked up on this side. It's like the top right corner of the E. Oh god, this guy's back. Oh, and then he just suicided. Huh. Who cares, right? Yeah, so anyway, more about the E. You know, she wants the E. So, the top floor, there's a key. The middle floor is actually where the dungeon item is, which we're going to pick up right now, because all you need is one key to get it. And it's kind of like at the middle level of the E, I guess. So here's the middle level of the E. There's a bubble that'll... Yeah, that bubble's pretty annoying, but that's okay. We'll just push him off the screen. And hopefully we can deal with this guy. Man, I'm getting pretty good at fighting these guys, if I do say so myself. Now, if you cast the reflect spell, you can actually block their mace attacks, which is helpful, but problematic in the sense that reflect is very expensive. Shit, I didn't want to get hit by that guy, but that's okay. Yeah, so reflect actually costs basically 2 full bars of magic. I don't know, I feel really freaking mellow today, for some reason. I don't know, I've had caffeine, but just feel kind of relaxed. So, just gonna fight this guy in a relaxed manner now, you know, have everything go well. So normally like my past strategies for this dungeon have basically relied on casting reflect a whole bunch to get past those guys with the maces. And that doesn't end up too well, because you end up either having to grind for magic or leave the palace and come back. Which I might have to do anyway. And it's not that much of a problem in this one, because the palace is actually kind of like broken up into 2 halves, the way that I like to think about it. And we're in the first half right now, which is where the dungeon item is. And it's definitely... I don't know if half is really the right word, because it is a little bit smaller. But there's all kinds of good stuff that you do on this side. And then on the other side is basically where you get to the boss, which would be the west side, if you went west in the very first room in the palace. So, and you have to go back through that room anyway. What I'm actually most concerned about is getting to 2600 experience before the boss, which is what you need in order to get the double level ups, because the boss of this palace gives you 400 experience. So I'm going to start killing more bubbles, just because it'll help. So you bounce on them like this a whole bunch. And if you jump straight up and then downward thrust, then you will basically be guaranteed to kill them, because you won't have any, like, horizontal velocity. So you won't bounce off them and then need to, like, hit them some more or whatever. So now we're at the bottom of the E, and then we're basically going to come over here, and then we're going to come back up the other way, so... Oh, jeez. Ah, ha, ha, please. Get away from me. Yeah, that's okay. I guess we can afford to take a couple of hits. Wow, I was actually not expecting that mace to fly across the screen. We are doing pretty well here. For some reason, I'm really sucking at fighting these Stalfos, though. Jeez. I don't know. That doesn't happen very often. Maybe it's just something with my thumb not wanting to press the down button the way that I'd like to. There should be... I don't know. I want to say that there's a red iron knuckle in the statue. Or maybe there's nothing here, actually, because it looks like I'm hitting the statue now, so... Who knows? Just mash that B... Mash the B button. Yeah, the statue has nothing there, so that's okay. Alright, this is going really, really well here. Now, there's one room that is very... Jeez, when I first played this game, there was one room in this palace that was basically impossibly difficult for me. And, I figured out a way to get around it. Jeez, would you freaking not get hit by these dragon heads, please? Or whatever. Well, that's like 3 times, man. That's crazy. Alright. But yeah, so this room that I'm talking about here is actually a room with dragon heads like this. But they basically always show up at the worst possible time. And there's a couple ways to get around it, because basically you need to go to that room for a key. So what you could do is you could just not get the key and fly through the door that you need to get it with the fairy spell. So that's one thing you could do, but the problem is you need to have enough magic to cast Reflect for the boss. And this room comes right at the end of the palace. Alright, so I'm going to cast Reflect and get rid of these Wizardrobes because they're pissing me off. But basically, it lets you bounce their magic back at them, and it's the only way to kill them. I was actually very glad that guy dropped a red potion. That helps a lot, actually. And now we got one of these other rooms right here, which I want to cast Shield for. Having the upstab is helpful, I find, when it comes to these rooms. And I'm taking all kinds of really dumb hits, but that's okay. We can make our way through it. We've got shield. These things are doing basically nothing to us, so... I figured that the best way to do this is to actually do something like this. So, I guess that's a quick and easy way out of these places, these rooms that are like this, so... Yay! Alright, what was I... Oh yeah, I was talking about that one really stupid room. Well, actually, hang on a second here, because I wanted to say that this room, when I used to play this palace when I was a kid, I thought that this room was, like, the perfect grinding spot, actually. It's very good for, like, getting the small magic potions, because those bots will always respawn, so you don't need to worry about that. Anyway, we're basically coming back to go to the other half of the palace now, and I'm not gonna bother with a magic refill just because it's extra. Although, actually, I might... Hang on a second here. I'm gonna kill these Wizardrobes, and I think I might actually go for the magic refill after casting Life, just because there's such a good chance of dropping a red iron knuckle that it'll help me a lot in terms of the experience that I need to get. Plus, then I can always cast Reflect on the way back and kill more Wizardrobes. Although that's actually a little more dubious. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna cast Life here. Ah, man, I keep trying to talk about this room, and then I keep getting distracted by other things that I'm thinking about while I'm playing the game, so... But yeah, this room that I was talking about, I figured out an even better strategy for dealing with it. And basically, all that you do to get around it is you, Oh, jeez, that was dumb. Well, at least we can get 50... Well, you know what? Nah, I'm not gonna bother trying to kill this guy. He's not worth it. Oh man, I keep interrupting myself! This is just so dumb. Have you ever heard anything so stupid before in your entire life? Well, maybe. If you live in America, maybe, with a certain president, but that's okay. Jeez. But yeah, this room. So anyway, back to this room. If you just cast a jump, it's a lot easier to get around having to do anything about it. So we gotta cast a jump here, and that's never a fun time. And I could try to kill this bubble, but well, jeez. I'm just gonna leave him alone. He's moving too fast for me to want to even try to deal with him. Alright. So there should be another one of those mace guys. Yeah, right here. Fortunately, 4 hits is all that it takes, but jeez, I tell you, it's still pretty nerve-wracking trying to fight these guys. Oh, especially when they jump like that, but that's okay. Man, I'm doing really, really well. But yeah, you get to that room and you'll cast the jump spell, and that's really all you need to do. So, and then you can just, like, make a little pit for that guy, hope he falls into it. This is going really, really well, but I'm telling you, I'm nervous about reaching 2600 experience because we are actually almost done with the palace. So what I might do is grind off the dragon heads in the hard room that I'm talking about, and then just like fast forward it or whatever. So now there's actually another guy here, and I normally wouldn't fight this guy just because my health is usually not that good by this point in the game, or well, in the dungeon. But I figure, you know, even if I take the one hit, I've still got enough HP that it's worth it. Because it is an extra 100 experience, and it moves the drop counter up, which will help me potentially get another 200 experience, so that's good. Man, these guys are annoying. I've taken, like, way too many hits from things that take experience away, though, so that kind of sucks. But yeah. So how's everybody doing? Today is May 29th. Actually, speaking of May 29th, I need to find all of my textbooks and return them, because I still haven't done that, funnily enough. I'm actually kind of surprised that they waited that long, since my semester ended on Cinco de Mayo. On May 5th, that was my last day of school, and they gave me grades on the 7th, so... yeah. Oh, man, he spawned right on top of me, that cheater. But yeah, oh yay, there's some experience for me. That helps. But yeah, I have 3 textbooks that I need to bring back, and so I gotta find the box that they came in, and I gotta... well, I know they're all in my room. Anyway, this is the room, so basically the way that I do it is just cast jump. And it's, you can just trap these guys like that, and I'm gonna have to probably kill quite a few of them. But basically, the thing that makes this room so hard is that they will knock you into the pit. They basically come at just the right time that you're on the edge, and you'll jump, and then they will knock you in the pit, and that sucks. So, yeah. The one thing about this place, though, is you cannot hit this statue. Hitting this statue on my practice run screwed me over, because that one will always spawn a red iron knuckle, and I did not know that, and I could not fight him with the jump spell. He cornered me and was way too aggressive, and he took me down from, like, having this much life to having, like, basically no life at all. And then it ended up screwing me against the boss. I actually like the boss of this palace a lot, but... yeah, and this is basically, like, the best way to grind in the entire game off of enemies like this. And these guys can and will spawn forever, so you don't need to worry about that. And maybe I'll get some magic back off of this too, just in case. I don't know how many of these guys I'm gonna kill. I mean, they do give you pretty good experience for something this easy. 20 experience is not bad at all, so... yeah, I probably will get to, 2300 maybe. I can't remember how many iron knuckles there are in between me and the boss, though. Because I know that there's at least 2. And I have... you know what? Never mind. I'll just go now, because I know that there's enough... I have enough magic, because there's a P-bag that you could cast jump and get, theoretically. I might need to cast life, though. The thing about this dungeon that sucks a lot is that you're still stuck with 6 heart containers. And there is a huge difference in this game between having 6 heart containers and having 7 heart containers. It is, like, the biggest difference, and I think that's part of the reason why I think Dungeon 5, or Palace 5, is so easy, to be honest, is that you have that extra heart container. And plus, I don't know, I think Palace 5 is just really, really easy all around. Anyway, here there's something kind of tricky that happens. This guy will spawn, and you want to fight him first, because what could happen otherwise is he'll get you basically sandwiched with another blue Stalfos that appears right over here. And then you'll have to fight these guys on 2 angles, and it's just not very fun. So yeah, I think I have enough magic that I'll cast Jump and take that P-bag, so... but yeah, you definitely need to have enough to cast Reflect, because that is the only thing in the world that will kill this boss. Literally nothing else will kill this boss. I think he's a really cool boss, though. I like his design a lot. And apparently, he's also the boss, like, he's the magician that cast the sleeping spell on Zelda. He's right here in this room, too, by the way, so you can see the curtain. So you just cast Reflect, and you can cast Shield. Whoa, wow. That was kind of cool. Cast Shield, too, because he will do a lot of damage, but basically all you have to do is stand in the corner. Silence, please. This takes immense concentration. Oh, well, dude, stop trolling me. Don't jump in the corner. He can screw you over, though, just in case he, like, decides to spawn in the corner a whole bunch, so. But yeah, he's really easy. Actually, he's the hardest boss in the game. So, yeah, totally the hardest boss in the game, right? So that worked out really well. Yeah, I'm actually really happy with the way this palace went. It's usually not that good when I'm fighting those blue guys, so yeah. Gosh, I don't know. Sorry if you don't like my, like, more mellow commentary that I've been going for this episode. But yeah, actually, next episode, I'm going to have a special guest, so yay! Actually, this episode's not quite over yet. There is something else that I want to do. I don't know how long this has been, but now that we have the winged boots, we can actually walk on water, which is awesome. You can't walk on all water, but you can walk on certain water. And that's actually how you get to the next palace. So basically, you can just start walking there from here. But what I want to do is I want to get to the palace, and there's actually a heart container we can pick up too. Which is why I think the palace is so much easier. All you gotta do is go up from basically where you see the land jut out. And then here. You can make this without jump. I'm not gonna use jump. You just have to time it right. So there's heart container number 7. And, well, let's go back out in front of the palace now. Jeez. Talk about dragging something out. And once again, I have no idea how long this has been, but it'll be nice to have something a little longer. So yeah, next time on Let's Play Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link, we're going to go through Palace 5, and you know things are serious when there's no drop from the front statue. So, yeah, I will see you next time. Bye!